The Blessed Bananas, a Muslim fable, written by Tayyaba Syed, illustrated by Melani Putri. On top of the highest hill, above a giant banana plant, there lived a cranky old monkey named Rico. He was the wealthiest of all, for Allah, the Most High, had truly blessed Rico with the banana plant he called home. It bore sweet, tasty bananas all year round, so Rico never had to search for food. He refused to share his bananas with anyone and never thanked his creator for all his blessings. Rico thought he deserved all the bananas, since he had planted and grown this plant all by himself. Everyone in the village below knew not to come near Rico or the hill. That was his home, and those were his bananas. Every day he sat alone atop his banana plant, eating bananas and tossing the peels down below, not caring about the mess. The monkey had everything he needed: great food, a perfect home with the best view, and a beautiful surrounding breeze. Yet, Rico felt like something was still missing. So every day, Rico would count his bananas to make sure they were all there. 305, 306, 307. As the monkey continued counting, he heard a tiny squeaky voice from below. "Excuse me, sir. May the peace of Allah be upon you," the little voice called out. Immediately, Rico looked around the area to see who would dare come near him and his bananas. "Who's there?" he asked, not seeing anyone in sight. "Down here," spoke a little white mouse. Rico glared down at his feet. "Eek!" he shrieked. "How dare you come up here?" questioned Rico. "This is my home, and you are not allowed up here. Now shoot." "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you. My name is Chico. I'm new to this area and was searching for some lunch. I made dua to Allah to help me find food, and then I saw your yummy bananas. May I have one banana, pretty please?" he asked politely. "Listen, mouse, leave my home right this minute or you will be sorry. Everyone knows no one is allowed up here, and I don't share my bananas with anyone." I don't know anyone here, and I didn't know about your rules, sir," Chico explained softly. "I won't disturb you again." Chico was so sad. His eyes began to well up with tears. He wondered how someone could be so selfish and mean. Out of respect for the elder monkey, Chico did not say another word and sadly scurried back down. "Ya Allah, please guide that monkey to goodness." And with that prayer, Chico quickly went down the hill. Rico's heart was now racing with anger. That was the first time in a long time he had talked to anyone, and he was not happy about it. He realized the unwanted meeting with the mouse had made him forget his count. "Great, I must start all over again," he said out loud. As Rico began counting again, a black and yellow toucan flew down behind him and rested on the opposite side of the banana plant. She was panting very hard. "Assalamu alaikum," she said between breaths. "I'm Toucana. May I rest here for a few minutes?" Rico could feel his blood boiling and quickly turn around to see who dares to come onto his property now. He walked up close to Toucana and stared at her hard. He then leaned in close to her face and shouted, "No!" Toucana fluttered her wings in disbelief and backed away from him. "I didn't mean to upset you. I had been flying for a long time and just needed a break. I saw your lovely home and didn't think you'd mind. I'll just be going then. Sorry," Toucana said kindly. Tired and hurt, she flew off while making a quiet dua. "Oh my Lord, I forgive that monkey. Oh Allah, please have your mercy on him too." Rico had had enough and decided to put up signs to keep strangers off his property. and the signs definitely worked. Days went by and no one came by Rico or his home. Rico ate and ate his bananas until his tummy hurt, yet he wasn't satisfied. Something is still missing, he said to himself. One afternoon, Rico finally climbed down his plant to check up on his signs when a large gray elephant approached him. "Assalamu alaikum, brother. My name is Simon," he greeted warmly in his deep voice. Rico turned and glared up in shock at the giant creature. "I am not your brother," Rico replied curtly. "What do you want? No one is allowed to come near me or my home. Don't you see my signs here?" Simon was in dire need of the monkey's help and decided to ignore his rudeness. He reached out his trunk and softly nudged Rico on the shoulder. "You are my brother in Islam," he reminded Rico. "I need your help to find my herd. I see you live on this tall banana plant on this high hill, and I was hoping you could look from above to see which way my herd went," said Simon. Rico had heard enough. "Get off my property right this minute. You can find your own way back." The words spit out of Rico's mouth. He turned his back towards the elephant and started to climb back up his plant. "Brother, I beg you," Simon pleaded. "Just take a minute to look for my herd and I'll be on my way. Please, brother, please." Rico ignored him and kept climbing. In desperation, Simon began to pace back and forth, not noticing all the banana peels below his huge feet. Suddenly, he started to slip and quickly grab onto the plant's large stem with his trunk. "Whoa!" Simon screamed, shaking the plant as he tried to get back on his feet. Startled and scared, Rico held on from above with both hands. Bananas came crashing down, just missing Simon's head, causing him to lose his balance again and to shake the plant even harder. Rico watched with shock as one by one the bananas rained downward. "My bananas!" cried Rico. "Help! Someone help!" However, no one came to his rescue. He then looked up to the heavens and prayed as hard as he could. "Ya Allah, help me, as you are the only one that can save me now." At the foot of the hill, Chico and Tucana happened to be resting by a water hole. They both worriedly looked up towards the hill when they heard all the chaos. "Do you hear that?" asked Chico. "Someone's in trouble up there." "Let me fly up and check," said Tucana. She quickly flew upwards to get a better view and saw the old monkey desperately hanging onto his banana plant with panic in his eyes. "It's the old monkey," Tucana shouted down to Chico. "He looks like he's about to fall." "Oh no, we have to help him," cried Chico. Tucana swooped down and grabbed Chico into her long beak. She then flew up again as fast as she could through the shower of bananas and leaves. They reached Rico in no time, but she couldn't talk with Chico in her mouth. Rico immediately recognized Tucana and was relieved to see her this time. "Please help me," begged Rico. "That elephant is knocking down all my precious bananas." Chico peeked out from inside Tucana's beak. "Ya Allah, please help," he prayed silently. He then told Tucana to fly him close to the elephant's ear. Despite Simon's magnificent size, Chico knew just what to do. "Salawat ala Nabi," he shouted into Simon's enormous ear. Simon didn't know where the order came from, but he quickly let go of the plant and found his footing again. "Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad," he recited with a loud exhale. Then all became calm. He looked up and saw the toucan hovering above his head with a mouse in its beak. "Peace," he greeted them. Rico slowly climbed down to the others. He started to cry at the sight of the falling mushy bananas. "Why did you knock down this monkey's bananas?" Chico questioned Simon. "I didn't mean to do that. I got separated from my herd and kindly asked this monkey to search from above, but he refused. I then slipped on his banana peels and lost my balance," Simon explained as he gasped for breaths. "I'm sorry about all your bananas," he apologized to Rico. Chico, Tucana, and Simon all stared at Rico. No one knew how he would respond. The monkey sat on the ground and placed his face in his hands. He realized it was his own carelessness and selfishness that caused all his bananas to fall. He felt bad about how he had treated others, and yet they still came to his rescue. After a few minutes of silence, he stood up. "It's not your fault," Rico finally spoke up. "I should be the one to apologize. All these years of being alone have made me selfish and ungrateful. You each did not ask me for much. I should have helped you all. Please forgive me." Tucana let Chico climb out of her beak. "It's okay," she said. "We already forgave you, so Allah can forgive us one day." Rico finally let out a radiant smile. "Please come up and take rest in my home," he welcomed Tucana. He then picked up a large bunch of bananas and placed them next to Chico. "Please help yourself." Then he climbed to the top of his home and scanned the village below. He pointed north and said, "There! I see your herd that way." Simon looked up at Rico, happily thanked him, and then went down the hill heading north. Then Rico shouted from atop his tree, "Oh, my fellow villagers, please come and help yourself to these bananas. What's mine is yours." Villagers came running up the hill from all corners, gathering up as many bananas as they could. They made bread, shakes, puddings, and all types of goodies with the fruit. The more Rico gave away, the more bananas his plant bore. "Alhamdulillah, thank you, Allah, for everything," Rico cried out in happiness, as he was no longer counting bananas and was finally feeling satisfied. Nothing was missing anymore. He now enjoyed his blessed bananas atop his home with his new friends Tucana and Chico, and the best part was that the bananas taste sweeter than ever. The end. Hey, so I just wanted to add a quick footnote to this book, The Blessed Bananas. Chico the Mouse says something into the elephant's ear. He says, "Salawat ala Nabi," which is a command that tells someone to ask Allah to send blessings upon the Prophet. And the elephant responded, "Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad," which is, "Oh Allah, send blessings on Muhammad."